Man, I really don't know what to do with this thing anymore. It's getting to the point where it needs too much work. It needs a lot of stuff, and especially after yesterday. Oh man, I love it. It's just a nice car. Well, it does ride like crap. I mean, it's literally a go-kart. It's what a Neon is, pretty much. First thing you may notice is the wheels don't match. Well, the alignment's completely screwed up on the front end, and also you may notice that it all of a sudden curves right there. Well, yeah, it was in a wreck. Those doors are from a junkyard, which surprisingly they actually have good paint on them yet. But yeah, both the front wheels don't match because they're different size. So I just threw on 2 of them. This one's still got decent tread on it. Didn't wear out yet. This side, well, yeah, it wore the inner portion of the tire. So, I mean, it's literally right at the end. It's going to need to be replaced because I would show you, but you really can't see it. On the inner part of the tire, back here, I can feel it. The cords are getting ready to show. And they may already be kind of showing right now, but it only makes small commutes usually. But yeah, I mean, at this point, it's got a bunch of stuff wrong with it, and it's going to need to be fixed soon enough. Well, replaced. And I do actually have the other wheels. I have a matching set of these Daytonas, and the other tires, well, they're even older, but you know, they'll get me through for now. They're really old, but anyway, so the tires don't match because, again, yeah, I need to go get 2 tires. It needs an alignment, but it needs 4 new shocks because the shocks are crap. The front ones are actually halfway decent, but they're these aftermarket cheapos, and yeah, they're old, and they were on a different Neon before this one, and got quite a few miles on them. And well, what do cheap struts do? Well, they go out pretty quick. The back ones, well, they don't even match. The one's like I don't even remember the brand, and the other side is an OEM Chrysler from a junkyard. Both of those are blown now. They were okay when I got them, but so it rides like complete garbage. So it needs 4 new struts, and it needs 2 new tires put on the front. Then it's going to need an alignment, probably front and rear, since the aftermarkets are adjustable. Subframe's twisted, but you really can't do anything about that. The damage is bad. I got a bunch of pictures. I know you may not believe it, but this car is not good. It's all bent up underneath. Anyway, it's been a decent car. It's just, it's not really restorable. I guess with enough money you could, but you really can't see it in the dark. But right there has a crack in the plastic on the radiator, and the scary part is what's oozing out of it. Obviously coolant, but on top of that, I see some oil. I think the head gasket went. It leaks oil really, really, really bad. It also burns oil fairly bad. It only has 124,000 miles on it, but it was ran low on oil by the previous owner, so it has a lovely tick. And it's gotten a little bit worse. It still doesn't sound terrible. The ticking isn't actually that bad, but I think we have a blown head gasket. Because, yeah, and also I noticed, so yeah, there's a crack in the radiator. It's oozing that. Plus, like I said, it looks like there's some oil in there. The radiator hose right here is literally pushed back. You can see the mark where it was sitting, and it's slid back. The clamp's still on there, of course, but you can see it's not sitting where it used to be, the line. It's actually slid back. So that's concerning because it looks like it got really, really hot. You know, at that point, so much pressure, it blew a crack in this and then also slid the hose back. That's scary. So I think we may have a head gasket, but I got to wait for the engine to cool to look at that because I was just running it. And then also, I have a little thing right here. It's a knob. Twist it on or twist it to back off. It's on the battery. Well, a while back, there was an electrical drain. I mean, if you're like in the middle of the day, it's fine. You know, if you're driving it every 5 to 6 hours, you know, that's good. I mean, really, it'll last a day. So it's fine. But when it's nighttime, or, you know, sorry, when you let the car sit overnight rather than in the morning, it is flat dead. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even the dome light will glow. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It is just completely flat dead. So that's great. So it has that stupid electrical drain. I've been dealing with that for a long time. I just put that on there. And it could be the alternator. I've been told that, but it could also be something else. And the alternator still charges, so I just left it alone and put that little thing on there. It's not a huge deal. I've just been popping the hood and screwing it down. It's a little annoying, especially now that it's starting to get cooler outside. You know, it's freezing cold. I'm meant to pop the hood to start my junky little car. But yeah, it's got a lot of serious damage underneath. It's going to need a radiator. Possibly a head gasket now. The engine's already ticky enough as it is. It's got a little bit of a knock. With my luck, I'm going to put that in there. It's already got a timing kit in it. Anyway, I'm going to put that head gasket in there, and then the freaking engine's going to explode because of that rod knock. And then, yeah, I'm going to need to go out and get tires. And, like, I'm not trying to say I don't want to fix it. I'm just saying, like, it's getting to a point where the money is just getting a little... I have another engine. I don't have another radiator sitting around, but I'll have to go to the boneyard and grab one because it's cheap enough there. I'll probably just get junkyard parts. But anyway, now it doesn't run right. It's like the EGR valve. That's what the code is. I think it's like P0403 or something. Anyway, I typed it in on Google, what the code was from the scan tool we got. And it said it was the EGR valve. And then I looked up some videos. Somebody was saying, well, it could be the intake manifold's all clogged up. I'm sure it is. This engine's probably full of a bunch of crap. This thing's such a leaky pile. I still love the car. I love driving it. It's really fun. To me, anyway. It's automatic, but I still like it. My other Neon's 5-speed, and it's really nice. But it's actually nice compared to this one. Anyway, yeah. Probably head gasket. Maybe an EGR valve. It's going to need a radiator. That's not a question. It needs a couple tires. It needs 4 new shock absorbers. The strut assemblies, you know, the Monroe quick strut or whatever they're called. I guess it needs an alternator. I don't know why the battery drain is, but it's not a huge list, but this car is just falling apart, especially with the engine doing whatever this crap is now. And I would start it, but I'm going to let it sit. Anyway, just have to take my word for it. I think you can believe me. This is a $400 Dodge Neon, and it's just slowly falling apart. I put about 12 or 14,000 miles on it. I know I put well over 10,000 on it. But anyway, I've had it for over a year. It got me through high school. That was my main goal, and I'm still driving it after. I mean, here I am. I've only been out for a few months. I'm in college now, so it got me through. It did what I wanted it to, and that's great. But you know, I really do enjoy driving this little car. But again, I have an engine. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to toss the motor in, but at the same time, I want to take the gamble and put the head gasket in this pile because, you know, why not? You know, seriously. Put a new head gasket in if that's what's wrong. I'm really hoping that's just dirt and that's why it's a little bit brown. But it kind of looks like there's a milkshake starting in there. Anyway, I can't wait. I got to get the freaking radiator cap off when it cools and investigate. And hopefully this turd is still fixable. But it's not looking promising. Well, I mean, it is. If I have to put a new engine in, it's not a huge deal. But I'm just saying it's getting annoying because, I mean, you know, cars, that's why. And money. You know, it costs a lot of money. And, I mean, this is a $400 car. It's just an old Neon, you know. It's not really worth much. Plus the body damage. I feel really bad, though, because it was garage kept its whole life. And that's why the paint is so beautiful on it. There's nothing wrong with the paint. And even the doors, I mean, they're kind of flaky. They're starting to a little bit, but I mean, they're not bad. It matches the car perfectly. Now the door gap's not right because once again, this thing got really knocked out of whack. The whole underside's twisted. Even that little K-frame or whatever you want to call it, subframe is all bent up. Seriously, it's got a huge dent in the middle. It's kind of creased, and then the thing is also literally twisted. Not just that, it's not just the subframe, it's also the car, where it mounts to in the car is bent a little bit. Anyway, it's just a good A to B car, really, and I really enjoy driving it. It's just, you you know, like I said, repair bills, just getting a little, I don't know what to think. So anyway, it's okay. We'll figure out what we're doing, and I'm sure I'll end up keeping it. I just not really looking forward to it. I'm just not in the mood because I've been working on my white car for so long now and doing paint work on it. I've been repainting the whole thing slowly. Anyway, I'll have pictures of that soon. It actually came out halfway decent. But anyway, doing work on that and getting to how I want it, and now my daily's starting to kick the bucket. I do have a good vehicle. It's that Dodge over there. It's that Ram 1500. There's nothing wrong with that Ram 1500. It's been a fantastic truck, and it's really clean too. I just, honestly, probably the nicest vehicle I own. Anyway, it just drinks so much gas, and that's why I like my little 4-cylinder Neon. So good on gas, especially driving on the interstate. Anyway, I'll get off here. I'm sure nobody's gonna watch this crap anyway, but hey, what a cool garbage car. All right, have to figure out what I'm doing to this old pile of junk. Catch you guys later.